commission and says that his buyer is going to pay him. Okay, and I did not agree with that, but it went through, and the seller gets cut, says, I only pay 3% to my signature. So, but on the buyer's side, they're charging him 3% to be paid to the buyer's agent. He's going to say no. So at that point, the buyer's agent is responsible for the whole transaction. They don't get a pay because they forbid that pay, because there's no agreement between them that there is a pay.
NFMLS, it clearly stated that the seller paying 3% to the buyer in agent. However, the commission form that was filled out by the buyer agent clearly said that the buyer was paying the commission.
The attorney and the contract.
What way is the reference to the contract?
They make an amendment to the contract.
I mean,
Was it reference to the contract? Was part of the contract was just passed along with everything?
Excellent question. That's what Mr. Salter came up with.
So my first one.
Well, that's what you said, with the offer.
The commission did come with the offer, however, if it's not made a part of the contract,
Those are just.
both agents signed it. Our agent said, are you kidding?
Any agreement with the buyer agent has been filed. It's totally separate from what a listing agreement is, because when the seller lists the house, they agree to pay
Well,
X percent.
you are correct, however, totally different situation. So let me ask you, here's the buyer agent. The buyer's agent goes, wait a minute, that was clearly a mistake, we knew that.
Right.
The buyer didn't sign it.
Yep.
And we didn't make it an exhibit to the contract.
But it doesn't matter. The seller may not either call or accept that offer because he saw that he was not going to pay 3%. And since he had dropped the price, he made that deal like that.
The seller
Because he's the commission and the obviously.
The seller signed the listing agreement and agreed to pay X percentage for this transaction. The listing broker agreed to share that, but the sellers agreed to pay X percent. So let's say buyer's agent just screwed this buyer out of the money, okay?
Right.
The seller is still obligated unless somebody said, okay, now we forgive this or something. The seller was agreed to pay X percent of that listing. Right.
Well, yes. No.
No, they agree to a share.
So one, if it's not referenced as an exhibit in the contract, let's handle that. Kevin, if it's not addressed and it's not exhibited in the contract, it was just submitted in when they made the offer, but it's a standalone form.
Even if it's between the buyer and the seller, it's only between the agents. It's not going to split the commission.
So is the seller still responsible? Even though
It's just a listing.
And by the way, I have not checked to see if it's referenced as an exhibit in the contract. So, Kevin, if it's addressed as an exhibit in the contract,
The buyer has agreed to pay.
even though their signature is not on it, one needs on contract. So if it's an exhibit,
Again, we're talking these are arguments,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a lot
stronger
of
argument if it's attached as an exhibit in the contract. Okay, that doesn't mean someone's not get sued regardless, okay? But the stronger argument is if an exhibit in the contract, the buyer signs saying, yes, we understand all these exhibits were attached, and then the buyer's paying 3% commission. The buyer's agent has more of an argument against the buyer.
okay, so let's back up to the original offer. And what would you do in that, or not what would you do back then? I haven't had this conversation, but now that I've heard this conversation, you get an offer. can see the exact same situation. Doesn't matter if it's a $100,000 bill or $1 million bill. It's the same thing. You get an offer, and the agent has put in there, and you assume they've made a mistake because there's nothing really referenced in the contract. The commission form comes across, you go, wow, there. I think we're wrong. And finally, come back. What do you do when that happens?
As the seller or the buyer?
As the agent, managing the deal.
For the listing.
You're the listing agent.
You would want to clarify that they're on.
Okay.
Yeah, you would want.
The best way is to avoid a situation like this. So if something doesn't make sense, and it's not referenced in the contract, stating buyer will pay the commission, and there's no way I'm making an exhibit, you can call that agent and say, hey, I need to make sure I understand what offer truly is. And then we get it written up so it correctly addresses this situation. Did you mean that your buyer with this offer is going to pay the commission or not? And you get it written up accordingly. That's the best way to handle it. If you know this doesn't make any sense. And that's kind of what happened. So the father said, let's go ahead and move on through this and, see what happens. Now we're stuck in a pretty interesting scenario of posturing. So that was a good one, though. Interesting. So you got anything that you have run across lately?
No, just more for some of the new agents. Anytime you have an amendment to a contract, these contracts get amended. Anytime you have an amendment to a contract that occurs after the initial offer, okay, so down the road you do a price reduction, for example, or you have a home warranty added for some repairs, et cetera, anytime you have that sort of thing, make sure that the language attorney gets the amendment. It's just something that is almost impossible to adjust the day that we get HUD out. Okay, so if the HUD is going out there, hey, we had approved everything we've done, and also we find out that there's either a price adjustment or a home warranty, there's an escrow, anything, whatever it is. Okay, it's just all that stuff has to go back to underwriting. And if we're crunch time, it's delayed the closing time. So that's just kind of an FYI. That's a couple of different cases recently. It just happened, but it's something to keep in mind when you're doing things.
I do have another one. Sarah's still home. This is also how to handle things professionally among agents. So she had a contract, and it's not closing until middle end of February. And I get a call from the other broker. They said, I think we got a problem. Really, I don't think we found it all. It just needs to be worked through from the agents. And the home, I water heater, right? Why don't you go ahead and tell them? Why don't you go ahead and tell them?
The water heater was original, of course, and I was supposed to go around the end of life expectancy and probably at some point in the near future, when you work which unfortunately happened while my centers were living in the house and started leaking. And prior to that, during their home inspection, the pressure relief valve was stuck. Maybe. And my seller, not knowing what she was saying, I do believe she didn't really know, said she was going to get it fixed. And so I sent over the amendment to address concerns. The reference was the HVAC, and in return for some of the minor things, they trade some furniture. So we all agreed everybody was happy. The agent said, hey, we send it over the receipt for the work on the pressure relief valve. Well, they ended up not fixing it. Congress said it's not fixing, water needing to be replaced, and at this point it's leaking. So my seller said, okay, I'm going to have to put a new water. She's putting in a 40-gallon water heater. There was an existing 50-gallon water heater. And the agent, since they recommended saying that it needs to be
the same one. And I started one, but now I'm supporting because it's less money. But no.
And the seller thinking, that was an old caddy, how are here, I'm gonna make a new one, which is the first period of what they bought in the contract. So I'm not gonna spend the extra whatever money, I'm gonna do 4 gallon over here, save whatever I can. Makes sense.
But before that, the agent blew up on Sarah saying that.
We'll talk about that in a second.
That was.
No, we'll talk about that in a second.
And that's what I said.
But, so you have a seller that comes to you and says, one, I don't think I really need it. Let me ask you this. So something goes from the contract's written, you're through the negotiations of the due diligence time period, all that's gone. All of a sudden, they'll not want you to develop a little lead. No, it's just, no, we're going to do due diligence, fire beware. They can fix because they're going to smoke and kill and fire these people. Is that real? Yep. What happens? What do you do? What's their responsibility?
It's gotta be the same condition.
You have to be a comfortable condition to when the deal.
It's not comfortable, it needs to be in the exact condition as when they contracted with no wear and tear. Accepted is EXC, accepted out of the equation. So, no wear and tear. So when they leave, normal wear and tear, in that time's nothing. So really, the bottom line is if there's something that happens between the contract and the closing that's after due diligence and after financing and all that stuff, the seller has to have some the same exact conditions with no more accepted as the date of the contract. Period.
Yes, so she says, I'm afraid that we do our life.
I would like to point out that a new hot heater is comparable, not the exact same condition. I believe it was correct.
It's better.
It's better.
So the other thing that came out of it was this agent on the other side kind of accused, went about it going, you guys obviously knew in advance that this was a problem and you did it. You concealed this defect. That's the way we
That's my hot button.
I'm thinking. No. So, if you have a situation, don't throw a stone out there and make an assumption. Because you never know, that could be the biggest liar sheet on the planet. But you will only come across that once you dig here and ask questions and find out. The bottom line is, don't throw stones out there and go, hey, if this were me and that happened, these things could happen out there in the world. And also things can happen where somebody had a leak in the roof and the roof got repaired and they forgot about it. That was 10 years ago and they truly doesn't mean that they're liars or crooks. It just means they could have quickly forgotten. And as long as things are handled properly from there, they make up their mistake. It's all good.
I think that's probably, we had this discussion in some ways. Buyers agents are relying on these sellers' disclosures to be the end all and end all. And we are in this business every single day, and you go to our home inspections, and you hear things, and so we know we're getting every share. These sellers, they have a clue. And so when the agents look at it, but your seller said, or he didn't disclose that, like you said, they're carded them. And we're putting way too much shame in them. You have an opportunity, and it's your duty to have an inspection. Do it. So when she threw out the definition of a late defect, she completely, she was trying to bulldog me. I just turned around and nicely lashed back. And said, you guys had an inspection, and you knew that it was at the end of its life, and blah, blah, blah. That's what it's me.
Obviously.
It does. And,
So if you ever want to have fun with Sarah, just, put an accusation.
yeah, I mean.
Watch her.
And my spouse and are just so nice, regular people. She's like, I guess I just didn't know what I was talking about. I shouldn't have said something. Like, so I told you not to be there. And so it's just it's not fun. So we all, it's I've said this 300 times. It's a co-op. Let's work together to get to the end result. Don't beat me up. I'm not going to beat you up, so don't beat me up.
Hey, by the way, you're representing an investor, or you're representing a client that's going to buy an investor's home who had done a lot of work on the property. And before that property was purchased by an investor, it's been known in the neighborhood, there were leaks all through the home. There was a whole lot of stuff that was wrong with it. And the home is being sold as is with the seller's disclosure form. If you're represented by a buyer, what should you do? Have it inspected. However, what could you, there's not a work done, right? You can send over the self-disclosure form and say, we want the seller to fill this out to the best of his ability. Because he's obviously done a lot of work to the property, and we want to know from his perspective what this is. Understanding he's not going to know everything, but we want to know just what he fixed and what he doesn't know. Okay? Because investors, they don't know that if it's a latent defect, you have to, if it's as is and no seller's disclosure form, you're still, if you know what a latent defect, you're still responsible for setting latent defects you're aware of, period. So we have one in all Lincoln that's going on around, home's been there a while, it had to be torn down. I'm exaggerating a little bit, there's a lot of leak problems, mold problems, and all that stuff, and they're trying to tell it that it is, that's all disclosed for. So interesting stuff, and I think you're going to see some more of that.
Does the seller have an option? They don't have to fill out a You just request, you're saying.
Yes, if the buyer's agent, I want to know everything that they possibly put on the table.
They can say, I don't want to.
And they can, and then you need to say, we need to know if there's any late defects in the property. We're going to have it inspected by an inspector. Well, you have 5 inspectors going to them, they'll find a different inspector for us.
Are you saying that we may see more?
Because we come out of the foreclosure debacle, you know, you're going to have people that bought the homes 2, 3, 4 years ago that are selling them, and a lot of investors will say, I don't want to know, but if they do know, they've got to be forthcoming. Okay? Some interesting information here. The Case-Shiller Index year-over-year price changes. You know, if you look at this chart, what would you assume in looking at the price changes? Does it look like they go down? No, it's just the amount of increase that they've had. So the market's still going very well. The year-over-year price increases have slowed, and you got to know this going forward. So we're out of the huge increases, but we're into a normalized market at this point in time. And going forward, what are they going to be predicting to happen? This is what their appreciation for 2015 over on the left-hand side, 3.7, and for 2016, 3.2 price appreciation. So it doesn't mean that we'll be going down. It just means we've gone up so much at some point in time, it's got to level off and start making a little bit better approach. Interest rate, mortgage rate, Freddie Mac, 30-year rate, wherever they've been coming down, and wherever they're predicted to go. This is a good opportunity for you to come on up here and tell us what the rate's doing today. By the way, these charts were done probably based off of data before the gas prices plummeted. The important thing to remember, these are not as of yesterday. I get them in the last week. The reports that they used for this were probably based off of about a month and a half ago. Okay, so now you got new data. You can see the next couple months you can have a total change of what the predictions are because of gas prices and what the economy is doing. Just go ahead.
Yeah, just throw everything out the window that he just said because it's insane right now. Anything we think that's going to happen, it does the opposite. People were expecting rates to start going up at the beginning of this year, and they've done the opposite. They've gone down, as you've seen. I sent out the report on Friday. Oh, by the way, so the end of the year, they keep saying they're going to go up. Nobody knows. I mean, that's the plan. That's, you know, based on all the information we have. But who knows? I mean, I keep saying they're going up, and they're not. So it's like a broken record, and it comes from my thunder. So, consumer sentiment numbers came out, University of Michigan, and they blew things out of the water. So on Friday, rates went up a tip. We had like about 8 days where they were slowly coming down, and then we had lost on Friday. So, it's great though. 3.5 at the 30 fixed. I just locked a VA loan, 3 1/4, with a lender credit of $1,000. Thanks, Kim, actually, the listing agent. And this guy was using USA, and he was so frustrated. He was calling an 800 number, and he could never get a hold of anybody, and he didn't know who to call. And this other agent, buyer's agent, has never done a VA deal. They're like, call my guy. So I got him 3 1/4 with a $1,000 line under credit, and USAA was giving him 3 3/8 with under charge of $2,000. I'm like, wow. And they're trying to help our soldiers.
Yeah.
So, anyways, long story short, rates are great. They're going up, the usual.
Maybe you shouldn't have.
Crazy socks today too. And I'll be on vacation next week, so I will miss the party. Yeah, I know. My first time in 20 years. I hope you feel sorry for me. So, I'll be on a boat with Donald, Goofy. I'll be Goofy. I'll like Goofy. Donald and Mickey Mouse. So.
You take your kids with you? They're all up.
I think the kids are taking him.
I mean, I've had them a week ago. We're good, right?
It's go time.
It is go time.
So next week, Monday, Friday. I like, we put it out to the sponsors, to the vendors and said, who would like to sponsor here at different levels. And one of you said, what's the difference between 250 and 500? And Jeff said $250.
I actually said that to the vice president of our company. I let it salivate for about 30 minutes and I wrote back to 15.
We're going to have a good time. So make sure that you have, I don't know if I saw, but Amy Copeland, who here knows who Amy Copeland is, right? So we're going to have her wrap things up next week. And she's if you don't know her, she's the one that was in college and zip lining accident. And she's been eating back here, just absolutely consumed her body. And very lucky to be alive. But sit there, we watched her, 2, 3 weeks ago? At the Women's Council. And I was like, wow, what a message. And she's a beautiful girl, and you sit there and go, what happens to young people if something like that happens? What happens to them later on? We forget about it. And to just see what her story is and how passionate she is about living life and just awesome. So it's an awesome story. You need to hear it. I was like, we've got to have her come talk to us. So she's excited on the side. I also have got Sexton here next week, and we're going to have a nice little special announcement from him. So all good. So make sure that you're there. And by the way, we're going to move the time up 15 minutes. So it's going to start at 9:45. So from 9 a.m. to 9:45, there'll be an awesome breakfast. And then 9:45, we're going to start our meeting. We moved it up so we could fit Amy Copeland in because she wasn't originally in the she wasn't scheduled for the meeting. So now she is, and we had to make that time up. So by purchasing power, if the rates do go up, and at some point in time, they will go up. We'll see with it. But when they do, right down here, 3.75. This is a great chart because it shows you what happens if you wait on the exact same or very close to the same monthly payments, $18.50, all right within about $20 to $25 for one another. From going from $360,000 on the same type rates all the way up to $400,000. So got basically a $40,000 purchase price home, depending on what the rates are from 1% spread. That's pretty amazing. I think these charts are the best because you can show somebody goes, we're going to wait until summer. We're going to wait until next year. We're going to wait. The value of waiting can cost you a lot of money on the long term of the loan. And you might not be able to qualify for the homes you can qualify for today. So I look at it this way. If somebody's thinking about real estate, the best time, when is the best time to buy or sell real estate? Right now. I'm not saying it in a stupid way of just trying to get somebody to do something, but really, you know what the inventory is today. You know what the interest rates are today. By the way, interest rates are phenomenal compared to the overall history of the world. Yes. So they're phenomenal. So that's what you know. Inventory is low, and interest rates are phenomenal right now, and everything in all perspectives. So if you're going to be looking at next year, now is the best time because you got the known variables. What you don't know is going to happen is how many homes are going to be put on the market this year. And by the way, Lord, are we in what's called a transitional seller or buyer market? Yes, we are. Who can tell me what a transitional seller or buyer market is? Lori, would you like to say?
Sure. Transitional buyer seller is someone that's had a change in their lifestyle, either marriage or divorce, a job promotion or loss, adding children, bringing aging parents in, and they either need to be upsized or downsized. And they have been sitting on the fence because the economy's not been that good.
Housing values haven't met.
And but we're finding our market is those people are entering it now. And I'm seeing it both directions. I'm seeing families that have added children, selling small ranch home and upsizing into a larger home. And then I've seen someone that's had a divorce and has a huge house going back into a much smaller house. So I'm seeing it kind of both.
So that's life transition. So I want you guys to think about this. The transitional seller who is going to be a buyer, they're going to be selling a home because their life is transitioning. They might transition 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago because the market was just a crap and they couldn't do anything. Now we've had 2 solid years of good analytics and then they're going, hey, God, we've had 4 kids. When we all of a sudden we had 2. On 2 extra kids. You got a promotion. This happens. We're retired. Now you're starting to see those buyers who are sellers enter the market big time right now. And a lot of them are at where they're going, should we now? Should we wait? Should we wait until the spring market to see what the market's going to do? And they're asked a lot of questions. And if you can't answer them definitively and say, you know what, if you're going to be doing it, now's the best time, and let me show you why. And by the way, why don't you go out there and just a couple of homes so you can see what that lifestyle would look like if you made that investment. Because I can tell you this, their home that they've been living in the last couple of years, and now they can sell and go into a retirement community. Those bills are going to be eating it up, and the cost of that home is going to be still costly. The people wanting to move up, their home is actually killing them on the size of it. This is the opportunity. This is the year that this market has been waiting on right here. So investors are out of the market, and who's coming in? Transitional sellers who are buyers. Get into the thought process because these are the people that are going to move in the area. I'm saying it for about 6 to 9 months. Be watching just last year. This is going to be the year that absolutely. We must stay the same school district. We need a bigger home. The kids moved out. They went to college. We need to downsize. But we like this area. And you've also got a lot of people moving here from other states. Mercedes-Benz coming to Atlanta. All these things. What's going to happen when Mercedes comes to? Guess what? Other businesses are going to go, why did Mercedes go to Atlanta? Do you think they're going to start following? Absolutely. So we're going to leave opportunity right here, but the biggest thing is transitional sellers who are transitional buyers. And thinking about that when you're talking to the consumer, going, now is the best time for you to do that. Plugging in these charts right here, going, let me show you what's going to happen if you wait. Price will go up a little bit, and interest rates went up a bit. What would that make a difference out of your purchasing power and your monthly payments? Yes. We'll send all of this out to you guys today. Right off. Look at this. Today, $500,000 home. If you waited and the rates didn't go up 1%, look at what the difference would be. Just a 1% difference and a $20,000 increase in the 4%. So what this is doing is taking the analytics that they said, hey, we expect the price to go up somewhere around 3.5% to 4%, right? So you take a $500,000 home today, if you waited a year, it'd be $20,000 more. And the interest rate went up. Your monthly difference for the exact same home in 1 year with a 1% interest rate increase, $404. Now then you plug that in and go, gee, we're looking to retire somewhere in the future. So if we plug that in and said you're living at home for another 10 to 20 years, how much more money did you spend by waiting a year over the next 10 to 20 years? That makes sense? And this is what you guys got to lay out. People want to have go, You know, maybe now is the best time. Because you know one thing, rates are historically phenomenally low. Pricing has gone on slow. It doesn't mean we're going down, it just means we've leveled off. Okay? We'll still go down. Go ahead. Millennials. We're then talking on these. Millennials, this is the sector of the market, section of the market that we talk about how everybody's going, what exactly are they going to do? Right? And this kid that I'm going to revert back to last week came in here and said, I'm going to go after 800,000 homes. Why was he thinking that? Because not enough of his friends have homes that they own. And I said, buddy, you're in the land of opportunity for yourself. You're going to have 2 years where you have to go out there and do a bunch of different things to get your friends to start buying properties. But jobs starting to be, people are starting to be hired for jobs. These millennial people are getting jobs, getting increases. The next couple of years are going to be when they start to really enter the housing buying market. It's just for home buyers. And this is going to be a great opportunity for people to go, hey, they're going to be at the peak point now. They haven't been. And by the way, if you were young and all of a sudden you saw real estate down, are you going to be interested in investing? No, you're going to go, why would I have to invest in real estate? But then all of a sudden you have a friend that bought a home. They're going to increase $30,000 over the last year. And they start telling me, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. You don't want to rent. I've already got an extra $30,000 of my equity because of us buying. Oh, by the way, I get to write off my interest too. Those conversations are going to start to happen. And one has, and then all of a sudden they influence 2 other people. We're back at it. We haven't been there. This is going to be a group. And what I like about this picture right here, everybody's trying to figure out what's the technological difference? How am I going to reach them online? And what I like about this picture is that it's 4 of them together looking at an online thing. And I looked down and said, you know what? You're still going to be relating humanistically to each other. And I love that picture right there. Actually says this is what the real millennials are going to be like. They're going to be in a coffee house getting together. This is going to be a way to grow up. But they're going to be looking at technology and sharing among themselves, but they're still going to be relating to one another face to face. So how do you get there? Interesting. Think about it, because this is going to be a market. But right now, what you guys have in this market right now is the transitional sellers that are going to be buyers. Lori, how many are you up in Old Atlanta Club that are moving within Old Atlanta Club right now? 4 families moving in one neighborhood in the last 30 days. Moving within. Moving up or moving down. Crazy. And by the way, you got 2 that are contracted and everything that happened in MLS. One been working with us last year and look at it. They grew their family. 3 kids and said, the guy, by the way, single guy, gets married, has a kid, has 2 kids. Since spring, she's been working with them. They had their 3rd kid, and they said, oh my God, we're going to stuff. This is the plan they like. She called me and she said, Terry, I can't find the home that they're looking for. This is the plan they like. You know what, interestingly, one of my friends has been talking to me the last 3 years. He called me every year. What do you think I should do, Terry? You know I ultimately must sell. I need the downsize. I don't need to become his life a transition from divorce and this is growing up being out of the house. And now he's in this huge home with a finished basement, 3-car garage, and he doesn't need anything. So I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to go ahead and call this guy and we'll just see him. So he ended up being a transitional seller and bought other property. All through relationship stuff. He connected in that neighborhood. Just making a call to somebody like, I remember Tom talked to me years ago, and let's just see if it worked out. This is what you're going to start to get into now. So I want you guys to have this top of mind going, you need to be reaching out to your friends that had promotions, that had families, either inside or DDD in college and stuff. Make a couple of notes on the marketplace. And focus on the kids too. Okay? So it's a land opportunity, a better opportunity than in North Atlanta right now today because of where we are in the transitional sellers and buyers period. And get excited, get involved in your communities. If you're not, you've got to get involved. This business is to be won by those that are choose to get socially engaged and learn the art of talking real estate. That's all it comes down to. How many people know you, and then what do they think of you professionally when you open your mouth? And either run from you or run to you. Right? It's true. So just think about it. It's that simple. This is easy stuff, guys, but if you're not willing to go out there and challenge yourself to grow your influence, and get engaged, and then just communicate effectively with them, and pick up your phone home. Don't have Linda's experience of going, man, by the way. You go to her desk, but you remember Linda had the listing that went under contract, and she didn't call the neighbors, no, she got home under contract, she passively sat back, and all of a sudden, while her home, you imagine the listing next door got under contract, those people she wanted to that meetings, right? But she didn't let the people know, guess what happened? They listed with another, it's a very nice listing. She got pissed. What? I like when you just get pissed over something, they walked out. And on her wall, it has a picture of that for sale sign. Of the property next door, and it says that will not happen again. What does it say? Do it now. That's a reminder that she will not ever let that phone be an excuse. Can I say it's an excuse? She said, I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't pick up that phone. I said, I do. You didn't pick up the phone because you didn't be a cheat.